Hi. Share screen is something new here. Sorry. Uh, Inhale sat, exhale Naam. Share your screen with your viewers or something. It said. Maybe if you show something on there. I think not so. Wow. Okay, so I have more of a witchy picture there, but everything. My path have been very inclusive from the beginning. I stretched it. So anyway, inhale, sat, exhale. Now it's about the yoga that I continue to study, and I like to do it with you. Hey, someone is in here. You can maybe comment in the chat if you see the chat here. Anyways, I will continue to read, and if you have any questions about anything or want to talk about something else, feel free. I will just pause in my reading then. It's yeah. I have not walked many paths. It's very much so that I think it's like the mystic path that is the same when it comes to I do. Well, I started out, I would say, well, the spirituality was always a core thing, and I experienced things as a child as well, and also had psychic or even experiences of other people's pain, so like with what I connect to the shamanistic healing and so on. That was like natural. It just I didn't understand it just to begin with, but I was very very curious at these kinds of things. Had many questions when I was younger, and then Christianity came my way, and not a lot of, but some New Age stuff as well, included with let's say Reiki and chakra flow massage, stuff like that, and included in those was the Course in Miracles. Not that I did a lot of A Course in Miracles, but a bit, and Tai Chi, those kinds of things, Qigong, Qigong, maybe you say. Yeah, anyways, yeah, I've been there. And started with tarot also, and also was seeking my roots, my Sami roots. I think I have that image here on the screen, like the Sami flag from the natives of Sweden. So I was seeking that, something that was more not so high above, far away in the skies, but rather physical and embracing and seeing the holiness and sacredness of the earth and the physical. So then I got in contact with Pagan Federation and Katima, I think her name was, in Finland, and then my group, or the group that I started with in Wicca, Code of Joy Coven in Stockholm then. And so for a while I had a lot of things to deal with myself, to get to terms with, not to terms with, I mean, but yeah, I had a lot of things that I needed to work out. And I also came across Tibetan Buddhism was also very close to my heart all the time. And in Gothenburg, when I lived there, they had this temple where you could also go and sit, and sometimes I did that. But also Zen, because of the quiet and stillness of it. Wicca is very much, it doesn't have to be, it can, I mean, you can do in various ways, but in the coven there were certain expectations, let's say, in certain degrees and so on, which is not wrong at all. But I was, I had so much to deal with at the same time, so I decided to, yeah, just focus on getting myself on the right track, let's say, and then I practice Zen very much. Very much depends on who you ask, but I mean, like, as I recall now, that was long ago, but it was like every day at least, maybe I think 2 times a day for like 6 months or something in Zazen. And so just beingness, it was super calming and very stabilizing. I loved it, and nothing else. I was not involved in any other things that like made my sometimes pretty active brain, process lots of things and so on. Yeah, it was very, very stabilizing and calm, and I needed that so much. But after a while, even that, as for every, and also Christianity in the midst of there, I had a lot of experiences with that also, magical, miraculous things. That was like when I was a teen. Yeah, I was into occult things meanwhile as well. Before there were with like, you know, the kind of sort of keyboards, but we made our own, like with a spirit in the glass, or what you say. Yeah. Anyways, I was very, very curious, and but I was curious in a very serious way. I was like, my focus was to really understand the truth of things. I was very, very, very interested, not like in a flaky, vague way. And then, yeah, go back and forth a bit. But anyways, each path that I've found have only widened my perspective. It didn't need to erase or dismiss the previous ones. It was just a different level. I mean, even in Christianity, there are mystics, even in all kinds of. And also, I was married to a Sufi. We have very similar, I guess, ways of viewing when it comes to spirit, or how can I even express it? But yeah, we haven't. Yeah, I think we are quite similar in a way. Um, and yeah, so I think to some people this is a conflict, but not to me. I think Ovid has this story about from if you are at the bottom of a mountain and trying to find your way up at the top, you describe the path or so on differently because it looks in various ways from there. But at the top, it's all the same. The, let's say, ultimate truth, or the truth can be described in many various ways, dressed in different kinds of clothing, let's say. But yeah, so also the other day I watched. Now I drift a lot. I was going to go into the yoga, but I watched the Netflix series about the Testament according, no, not according to, maybe, or Moses, and it was both Muslims, Christians, and Jews that were talking in between these three chapters, if you say, with like they were quite long, each of them, like a film, but like 90 minutes or something. But it was very interesting to hear from, because they that included various things from those various traditions, not only one. Yeah, it was interesting as a story of our lives, I almost said, but yeah, yeah. And also how that reflects always now. I also got into Ayurveda, and later on the medicine wheel from that stems from the Andes. Yeah, and in yoga then also, and all these paths and then the patterns that they show, to me, they show the same thing. I seldom take time to go, for example, to sit in church, but when I listen there, I hear through the patterns. I hear like, maybe I think I hear it somewhat differently that some other people may do that are there. It's not limited, you know. How would that be if the divine was very limited? So our way of um, putting it into like various frames, let's say, doesn't bother the ultimate source, or whatever you. In yoga, it's called the um, unlimited. I think, yeah, the unlimited creative consciousness. I think that may be the most beautiful and maybe true description at all. But yeah, or what they said there in the Moses, I am what I am and what I will be, or something like that. Yeah. But anyways, so to me, there is not a conflict. To others, it might be that I still feel like all these things that touched my heart, not only my mind, and that have shown or replied, like have given me so many answers. And as I said, wicked and witchcraft as well, which was a seeking for the connection to the earth and the more nature-based things, since it was not too much known about the Sami traditions. They were, um, yeah, forbidden and all kinds of stuff. I mean, there is some now, and people are more outspoken about the things that are still there, or the heritage and tradition. So maybe now it would be way easier. But back then there was almost no books, or I was living in the library almost to learn about various things about religious history and myths and so on. Yeah. Anyways, so to me, since I have this image up, I need to cough it. Wait a second. Also, never mind the sounds. Yeah, so I have. To me, that's not a conflict. That's like the same but different language. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, okay, but I'm not saying that it is always the same. I'm not saying that that is the case for everyone else at all. It's not. I'm sure it's not. And some others' descriptions of Wicca or how they perceive it would not be mine, for example. And it goes for all of those various traditions. Uh, I embrace something from them all, but maybe not similar to some other people in those. Probably not, I would say, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so now I'll go to the yoga here. I want to get going, and I love to read about this, but I need to take time. I'm interested in so many things, and I so much love the medicine wheel. That is really, to me, that is the map. I'm not saying that that is like the best, but to me, that is the map that kind of in, very much includes everything else, that doesn't dismiss anything. Like, and oh well, yeah, but yeah, that particular map make it clear to me. But I think it also have to do with what you have digested, so to speak, eaten before. I mean, it's not the last spoonful that you get full by. So it depends from where you come. But yeah, okay. Moving on here. Meditation with silent awareness or with mantra. We do many types of meditation in Kundalini Yoga. What is the advantage of using mantra either silently or aloud as opposed to sitting with silent awareness? Oh, I need to have the glasses. I see that now. I've been out in the. It's 27 degrees Celsius. I mean, plus this is summertime, and I'm in north of Sweden, but we still have snow on the ground. I mean, just not everywhere, but I just saw that today when I was to a coffee place. Let's see now. Well, in the middle of town there is no. Yeah, it's quite near. And never mind. Okay. Now I see better. Okay, the purpose of meditation is to cleanse the subconscious mind and align the mind with the vision of the soul. It is a mental shower to remove ill thought and attachment. The three basic forms of meditations are suspension, receptive or mindful, void, focused with concentration, anahat, through pratyahar. Was that what we talked about previous? Previous audio or pod. Um, Meditation redirects a thought in three ways with a negative, positive, and neutral minds. The negative mind lets it go and rejects accepting the thought. It looks at all things without reaction. If only this approach is used, it leads to the state of suspension. The positive mind accepts it and amplifies it with focus and concentration. If only this is used, all other thoughts are not seen. It leads to the state of void. If the neutral, mind is used by seeing the infinite in each finite movement, and if an object is seen without barriers by synchronizing it between its finite and infinite aspects, pratyahar, it leads to the state of anahat. In Kundalini Yoga, we use all three forms of meditation. Many traditions concentrate on one or two. Silent meditation allows the subconscious to dump. Silence makes you aware of the many experiences in the mind. It allows the subconscious to start dumping. You become aware of many thoughts, feelings, and processes that are just below consciousness, but which constitute the base for much of our life experience. Watching the breath silently or watching all the objects of the mind is very soothing and gradually provokes awareness. However, it does not remove the deep samskaras, the deepest imprints in the unconscious. Oh, that was pretty much what I did with Sasan, I would say then. Silent sound and unstruck sound. Silent meditation is one part of a three-member team: silence, sound, and anahat, the unstruck sound of the heart. Silence awakens you to what is in the subconscious. Mantra transforms the content of the subconscious. Merger through rhythm and nad takes you into anahat, which changes the structure of the consciousness itself. Taking the support of a mantra like a thunderbolt. To change the deepest subconscious, a seed is needed. That seed or bij has three main functions. It acts as a focus for the mind. It acts like a fulcrum over which other thoughts can be leveraged up to the infinite. It acts as a template of the infinite to form a new model or imprint in the mind. Yogi Bhajan describes the process this way: when you meditate deeply into an ecstatic self-hypnosis that joins together heavens, earth, and self, the subconsciousness releases a flood of thoughts, wave after wave. Every thought has impact and results. To break old patterns, you must take the support of a thunderbolt, a mantra, to cut the core of your negative thoughts and turn their energy to positive. The ideal seed is a mantra. The mantra is not just any sound or thought. In a sense, mantras pre-exist as the DNA of God. They are in each cell of the creation. Their sound has focus and contains a provocative seed, which provides a template for higher experience. Repeating a mantra restructures the patterns in the mind that filter experience. When you merge into anahat through the use of mantra and rhythm, you vibrate a seed, a template of infinity that resides in the center of every cell and atom of you, like spiritual DNA. When every part of you vibrates, we call that state Ang Sang Waheguru. Ang means a part of you. Waheguru is a state of ecstasy. Sang means every. So every part of you vibrates as one in a merger in ecstasy of consciousness. You become the mantra, and the entire universe meditates on you. Wow. From questions and answer column with Guru Sharan Singh Khalsa, Kundalini Rising. Interesting. Okay. And then let me just find space for reading here. Simran, the flow of the meditative mind. Simran is the goal of meditation. It is a continuous meditative longingly creative feeling. It is a feeling, it is a flow, it is a touch, it is a substance. Ang Sang Wahe Guru, God is with me No, with my God is with my every limb, every millimeter, every situation of mine. Angsang Wahe Guru. I've heard this mantra say Angsang Wahe Guru or something like that. It goes the one I heard. Japa is a repetition of the holy Naam. Japa is not Simran. Japa gives the power of Simran. Meditation is not Simran. Meditation gives you the power of Simran, right? Raj Yoga is not Simran. Raj Yoga is a technology to achieve, receive, and conceive Simran. Sahaj Yoga is not Simran. Sahaj Yoga is a concept through which you can pursue Simran. Prayer is not Simran. Prayer gives you the power so that your mind can be set for Simran. When the state of consciousness reaches Simran, then you do not need to do anything. God follows you. At that stage, the Almighty, the Infinite, the Omniscient, the Omnicompetent God, the something which you are so proud of and which you talk about, the sculptures talk about, and saints and sages sing about, the entire universal power is totally towards the teeny tiny individual. Then there is deep flows of spirituality. Spiritual flow is just like a river. Anything can be taken out of it. It still continues. And that flow comes out of Simran. Yogi Bhajan, July the 6th, 1980. And then we have Samadhi. I talked about this with my group recently, the last time I had the medicine wheel, about the Om sign, how that is also the thing that looks like a 3 is waken consciousness and sleep consciousness, and the thing that moves out like a thing in the middle there is dream consciousness. So these three come together, and then there is this little looking like a half moon or a sliver of the moon that is samadhi, and then the dot is enlightenment. But there is a gap between each of those. I mean, the three that we all have all the time is like hanging together, but then there we can prepare the soil for the samadhi to happen, or enlightenment, like nirvana as the dot. But we cannot, like, it doesn't happen like so we go from one to the other. It's a jump. The consciousness take that jump when it's ready, let's say, as I understand it. So samadhi, enlightenment, they call it enlightenment here, but nirvana and enlightenment is different. That was what they mean with that. Then Yogi Bhajan describes the experience of samadhi or enlightenment in the following poem from Furnam Khalsa, Poems to Live By. The beloved, when I joined myself to truth, I got drenched with a color that never fades. The rhythm of my breath became the very sound of God's name. And sitting perfectly in Shardikala, the true Guru took me by the hand. My burning desires, my attachment, greed, and pride all vanished. My lust and passion, my flaming anger were all destroyed. When the true Guru held my hand, I perfected the yoga of Satnam. Divine radiance filled my destiny. My master showed me the invisible path, and merged in light, my lotus bloomed. Light followed everywhere, effortlessly. I became the beloved when I learned how to love. O people, I became majestic, and God came to live within me. Beloved, I became the beloved. It just happened. God did it. When I joined myself to truth, I became filled with light. Inside, outside, light and more light, drenched in light. The true Guru held my hand. Shard Kala means a state of Kundalini reason. Okay. Sitting in perfect Shard Kala. Okay. So I also have seen, I may have mentioned this Jesus as well, but once, and also Yogi Bhajan and uh, what is the name of the other one now? I don't even. Is it Nanak? No, I don't think it was like. It was one of those hit speaker. Maybe it was. Well, anyways, I knew that when I saw them, uh, that was them, and it was like looking into the vast, like empty sky. It was very weird experience. I must say, yeah. Anyway, I mean, in spirit, this was. Uh, it's weird that I don't remember. I've been singing certain mantras now with Nanak is always mentioned, but it's not. No, it's the other one that have a more modern one calling themselves that too. It was Yogi Bhajan and it's gone right now, but it will come back later. You know, never mind. I will just keep moving here now. But anyways, okay, I have been out in the sunshine. It's warm. I blame that for my memory now. Okay, preparing for meditation. Meditation is a personal, private experience, even when you are meditating in a group. Yet there are a few universal things that help set the stage for an optimum meditative experience. In a yoga class setting, the environment is already set for you. When practicing on your own, here are a few things that are important. Okay, let's see. I think I have not done those. Environment. Choose a setting in which you are most likely to be undisturbed. Quiet, beautiful, and sacred is ideal. Best is not too hot nor too cold. Have something supported but soft to sit on, such as a sheepskin or a blanket. If you can, oh, sorry. If you cannot sit comfortably on the floor, sit on a chair. Okay. When to meditate? Any time is fine. However, yogis know that the best time is 4 to 7 a.m. or starting 2.5 hours before the rise of the sun. This is when all is quiet, and instead of dreaming, you consciously process your mind with meditation. Another optimal time of day is 4 to 7 p.m. Okay, when the sun is setting. Before going to sleep is also a good time to meditate, thus settling and clearing the mind in preparation for deep sleep. It's best not to have a full stomach when meditating. Well, then, that's a problem. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, tune in with Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Like that, kind of. Do yoga exercises and pranayam. Doing yoga and breathing exercises in preparation for meditation is a key principle in the practice of Kundalini yoga. Well, that's when my mind can only get still if I've done something like that before. Don't have to be a lot, just like then my mind settles like and can be in that bliss of just beingness and no thoughts. The balancing effects on the nervous system and the stimulation of the more subtle energies of the mind and body facilitates the process of meditation. Also, meditating at the end of a yoga set is a true completion of the process of Kundalini yoga. It dedicates the energies of the mind, body, and soul to their true state of transcendence and grace. Spine straight. No matter how you are seated, it is important that the spine be straight and the posture balanced. The spine acts as a central channel for the energy of the nervous system. And it says, Kriya Mudra Bandha Chapter. Okay. Maintain neck lock. Clothing. Wear comfortable clothing to fine tune your experience. Cover your head and wear clothing of natural fibers. I really love that, actually. I mean, first of all, the white, but also to cover my head because it really soothes my mind. I don't do this a lot either, but it really is so good for me. Mudras. In Kundalini Yoga, hand positions or mudras are an important part of meditation. A mudra is a position of the hands that locks and guides energy flow and reflexes to the brain. Reflexes, yeah. Kriya Mantra Bandha chapter. And also I since I'm a channel things so I get both mantras and mudras sometimes that I need like from spirit. So uh, slow down to slow down the breath as you breathe deeply and rhythmically. Scan the body for tension and let it go as you exhale. Begin inhaling, vibrating the word sat, exhaling Naam. What do they mean here? Like vibrating the word sat. Usually it sounds like zut. I feel when people do that. Exhaling Naam. Right. Anyway. You're now ready to go into the meditation of your choice. Okay, that's the what you should do previous. Okay. Keeping steady during meditation. There is a myth that when you sit down, you should be able to quiet your mind. The mind generates thousands of thousands thoughts per seconds. When you sit quietly and turn the focus inward, you become very aware of what is going on in the background of your mind. Distractions are the rule. Just keep going back to the mantra or other points of focus. Do not evaluate or react to the extraneous thoughts. Okay, extraneous. Let them be processed by the mantra. The mind never stops, but you can create a stillness, a calm, which will serve you all through your life. Actually, they do. When you there is a space where they do. Okay, that's fantastic. Also, whew, you won't stay there forever. Anyway, have patience with yourself. Perhaps at first you will achieve only a minute or two of fully focused meditation. Trust the process. Yeah. Choosing a meditation. The range and variety of meditation techniques in the Kundalini Yoga tradition is truly extraordinary. In the Sets and Meditations chapter of this manual, you will find over 60 different meditations, a mere fraction of the hundreds of meditations that Yogi Bhajan has passed on. Yet in this compendium, you will find a comprehensive group of meditations tailored to specific applications, which you can begin to teach to your students or practice on your own. Included are meditations which use the breath, others that use mantra. There are group meditations, healing meditations, Venus kriyas, and meditations for children. There are meditations that reduce stress, work on addictions, increase vitality, and clear the chakras. You can also read the mind, its 81 facets and projections, and find over 40 meditations keyed to the various aspects of the mind structure. Okay. For a comprehensive approach to active walking meditation, see Breath Walk by Yogi Bhajan and Guru Sharan Singh Khalsa. Right. Okay. Well, I get so eager. I want to do them all right now. Like, let's just read this, and then I will pause for a bit after I read these. I want to read the whole book when I start, but okay, a few more chapters. Meditation focus for eyes. Drist. There are several different places to focus the eyes while meditating, depending on which meridians and parts of the brain are to be stimulated. At the third eye point, Shambhavi Mudra, the brow point, the root of the nose. Here the attention is on the brow and the eyes are gently raised. The Sushumna, the central nerve force, are, is stimulated. This stimulates the pituitary. Intuition is developed. Okay. At the tip of the nose, Agya Chakra Band. This is the highest lock. It is referred to as lotus point meditation. This controls the mind, which is locked in a triangle. When the optic nerve concentrates at the tip of the nose, the Ida and Pingala, the Sushumna, get to a center of balance. This stimulates the pineal gland and the frontal lobe of the brain. New energy pathways are created in the brain patterns. At the moon center, this is the tip of the chin, with the eyes closed and rolled down. This is cooling, calming. You see yourself clearly. At the crown chakra, the 10th gate, the top of the head, eyes are closed and rolled upwards, as if looking through the top of the head. This stimulates the pineal and the crown energy center. 1/10 open. The eyelids are light and relaxed. The, this stimulates the optic nerve slightly so your system doesn't shut down. Yeah. It makes you calm and develops intuition. Eye focus may vary as indicated by Yogi Bhajan's instructions. You will often find instructions in Kundalini Yoga manuals to keep the eyes 9/10 shut. This is the same as 1/10 open, although eye focus and mental concentration will vary. And also, you have in Zen, when I did Zazen, you also held your eyes slightly opened, but was looking like or facing a just blank wall. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. There are two parts of the body which have to be worked on through meditation. If these two areas are underdeveloped in your life, you don't have a chance. Whoop. The frontal lobe of the forehead, which controls your personality, the upper palate of the mouth, which controls automatic systems, the sounds and mantras, or mantra. Whenever you meditate like this on the tip of the nose, the frontal lobe will become hard. As you meditate more, it will become like lead. And the funny thing is, one day automatically it will not be lead, it breaks. You will have intuition to see the unseen, know the unknown, and hear the unheard. And your life will not be the same as it is now. Yogi Bhajan Khalsa Women's Training Camp, July 1994. Meditation minutes. You may have recognized this when I do videos. I try to do them these kind of time. Anyway, for some reason, for this reason actually, that it is part of Kundalini Yoga. Yogic science says that there are specific lengths of time needed for certain desired effects during meditation. Most meditation are done for 11 or 31 minutes. 3 minutes of meditation affects the electromagnetic field, the circulation, and stability of the blood. 11 minutes of meditation begins to change the nerves and the glandular system. 22 minutes of meditation balances the three minds and they begin to work together. I used to just have 21 like there anyway. 31 minutes of meditation allows the glands, breath, and concentration to affect all the cells and rhythms of the body. It lets the psyche of the meditation affect the three gunas, all 31 tattvas, and all layers of the mind's projections. 62 minutes changes gray matter in the brain. The subconscious shadow mind and the outer projection are integrated. 2.5 hours changes the psyche in its correlation with the surrounding magnetic field, so that the subconscious mind is held firmly in the new pattern by surrounding universal mind. Oh, this is beautiful. The five tattvas we hear about are the five most dense or gross elements. See yogic philosophy chapter. I have a deck also, a card deck with those kinds of tattva. Anyway, wow, I actually knew most of these, but not the 22 minutes. But sometimes just because if it gets to 22, that's kind of fun. Anyway, meditation sadhana. There are two guiding instincts in man. He is either improving his future or blocking his future improvement. If you are conscious of this, I have an honest and sincere urge to improve the future. You will always have promoting habits. If you cannot care for God, at least care for the future, Yogi Bhajan. To master the effect of meditation, practice it as a sadhana, a daily discipline. This will develop a life promoting habit. Habit controls us so much that it is said that we can actually change our destiny by changing our habits. According to yogic science, the human mind works in cycles. We can use various cycles to help replace unwanted patterns of behavior, mental or emotional habits, with new, more positive ones. One commits to a particular meditation or kriya for a specific time. It takes 40 days to change a habit. It takes 90 days to confirm the habit. In 120 days, the new habit is who you are. In 1,000 days, you have mastered the new habit. The duration of 40 days of practice lets the meditation provoke your subconscious to release any thoughts and emotional patterns that hinder you. A good meditation will break your old patterns, put in a seed for a new pattern, and clear the subconscious. Try to meditate at the same time each day. It is helpful to keep a journal of your daily practice. Hmm? Using the gong for meditation. Oh, I wish I had a gong. Wow. Whoa. The sound of the gong creates deep relaxation, releasing us from the torrent of thoughts our mind releases. I think they have that here in town somewhere, but I don't know. I heard somewhere it's that like gong boss. It's awesome. Um, yeah, thoughts our mind releases, and it stimulates the glandular system to a higher level of functioning. When asked to explain the effects of gong meditation and how to use it, Yogi Bhajan responded, "The gong is very simple. It is an intervibratory system. It is the sound of creativity itself. One who plays the gong plays the universe. The gong is not an ordinary thing to play. Out of it came all music, all sounds, and all words. The sound of the gong is the nucleus of the word. The gong is not a musical instrument, nor a drum. The gong is a beautiful reinforced vibration. It is like a multitude of strings, as if you played with a million strings. The gong is the only tool with which you can produce a combination of space vibrations." Emotional transformation during gong meditation exercises. The gong impacts the body and its meridians. It releases blocks, reduces tension, and stimulates circulation. The result is a reorganization of the emotional energy and feelings that are tied into the body structure. Before playing a long, deep gong meditation, inform the students to relax the muscles and let the sound of the gong penetrate the body and guide the mind. If they tighten the muscles and try to fight the natural process of change that occurs, they may feel tired or irritated by the gong's strong pulsations. During a gong meditation or during the relaxation afterwards, some people may cry, feel weightless, or laugh uncontrollably. Relax. The release of feelings is a normal process in gong meditation. Play a meditation tape and give the person some water, a tissue, and a little conversation. The gong changes the feelings that are blocked by cutting the thoughts that sustain and recreate the feelings. This can be frightening, arousing, exciting, or delightful. That will depend on the individual. Playing the gong. The sequences and rhythms for playing the gong are as varied as music and imagination. A teacher who wishes to learn how to use a gong can begin by viewing the videotapes of Yogi Bhajan when he uses the gong in meditation classes. Also available is a CD called Spirit Song. Then look for courses offered on learning this art. It is uh, inadvisable to play the gong for meditation without proper training. Oh, I just wanted to buy a gong. Okay, using a mala for meditation. A mala is a simple, effective meditative tool which can help to reduce stress and enhance wisdom, patience, and health. A mala consists of 108, 54, or 27 beads strung on silk thread, which with one larger bead called the guru bead, from which a tassel hangs. The tassel symbolizes 1,000 lotus petals. Oh, I had my Tibetan mala always around my wrist. I didn't use it as a tool for meditation much, but eventually, after many, many years, the thread broke, and I have the beads still and thought about putting into them into the yeah, putting them on a thread again. Somewhat, it was a little bit stretchy, so but I don't know about silk though. Anyway, I think about the butter, butter butterflies. What are they called? Yeah, silk butterflies. Anyway, the use of different fingers with the mala. Each finger you use relates to a different part of the brain. By running the mala over the first segment of each finger, between the tip and the fingers and the first knuckle, you create a different result. Actually, I always. Oh, sorry for the background sound. This is extreme. Maybe I have to go in. Anyway. Oh, maybe I have to. I will ignore it. Hope it's fine. Anyway, so uh, yeah, how distracting. Uh, yeah, I used to do that though, like various things without thinking about what it meant though. Index finger Jupiter, wisdom, knowledge, and prosperity. Loving Jupiter. Middle finger Saturn, patience. Ring finger Sun, health, vitality, and strong nervous system. Little finger Mercury, communication skill and intelligence. How to use a mala. A mala can be used with either hand. Always start with a bead next to the guru bead. As you repeat the mantra with the thumb, move each bead towards the body over the meridian point. Okay. Wow, this is complicated. No, it's not, but thus the guru bead descends and eventually ascends to be the last bead of your meditation. As you hold the guru bead, repeat your mantra and make a prayer. To begin again, turn the mala around without the help of the other hand, move the beads towards you and continue. Yeah. Using your mala with a mantra. When reciting this mantra Satnam, move only one bead for both words, of course, yeah. With the mantra Waheguru, move only one bead for the two words. You may also use the mantra Satnam, Waheguru, saying them both with the movement of one bead. Okay, okay. You may use any affirmation or mantra of your choice, yes. Generally, move one bead for each repetition of the mantra. The recitation of your mantra may be done silently, in a whisper, or out loud. For specific mala meditations, see Meditations with Mantra chapter. Okay. Wow, there is so much. I want to dive deeper into each of these things. Now it got really, really quiet there. Scary too. No. Okay. Okay. So, why tantric yoga? Why tantric yoga is an integral part of the Kundalini yoga experience. There is one essential difference from the other Kundalini yoga meditations. Why tantric yoga cannot be practiced under any circumstances without the guidance of the Mahan Tantric. Why tantric yoga courses are being facilitated all over the world on a regular basis. See resources chapter. In addition, there are the 3-day white tantric courses at the winter and summer solstices in Florida and New Mexico and at the yoga festival in France. It is recommended that every student teacher make white tantric yoga a regular part of his spiritual practice. Oh. These courses also offer opportunities for networking and community building. Since ancient times, humans have found that they have a zillions of thoughts, billions of feelings, millions of emotions, thousands of desires, hundreds of fantasies, and multi realities and personalities. Ultimately, our mind and thoughts rule us and bog us down. We try every method available to get rid of this pressure because it is eating us up inside. White Tantric Yoga enables you to break through those subconscious blocks so you can enjoy life. In the shortest time, you can experience release from a lot of the burden and extra weight that you carry in your head. As you see and act on each moment with clarity, you will gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your life will change. Your mind, body, and soul will act together as one. This is the path to personal freedom and awareness and will bring more success to every area of your life. Yogi Bhajan. What to expect? White Tantric Yoga is done in pairs as a group meditation. You will sit facing a partner and follow instructions for meditation given on videotape by the Mahan Tantric Yogi Bhajan. Every course is facilitated in person by a representative of the Mahan Tantric. Each course consists of between 6 and 8 kriyas each day. A kriya is a meditation incorporating a yoga posture or hand position, a mental focus, and or a mantra. Sometimes the meditations are accompanied by music. These kriyas vary in length from 11 to 62 minutes. There are breaks between each kriya. The environment is peaceful and the atmosphere is friendly, supportive, and uplifting. Envision the energy of the universe as parallel or perpendicular in nature, like a cloth woven together. As a cloth becomes stronger when it is stretched on the diagonal, so does the white tantric diagonal or Z energy, like in alphabet Z, yeah, strengthening the participants. This energy, when directed by the Mahan Tantric, cuts through the blocks that are stuck in the subconscious mind. Using the diagonal Z entering energy, the Mahan Tantric Yoga Bhajan connects his subtle body to the subtle bodies of the participants through the course facilitator. I wonder if this still, yeah, I think it goes on still, but many are like very skeptical to Yoga Bhajan, and so yeah, about the Mahan Tantric Yoga Bhajan. Yoga Bhajan became a master of Kundalini Yoga at the age of 16 in his native India. He came to the West in 1968. The authority to be a Mahan Tantric master of White Tantric Yoga was bestowed on him in 1971 when the presiding Mahan Tantric Lama Lilanpo of Tibet passed from his body. There is only one Mahan Tantric at any given time. White Tantric Yoga was a tradition passed on from teacher to student in a mystical and selective way. As a pioneer of this age, Yogi Bhajan decided to open the experience of White Tantric Yoga to anyone who wanted this powerful experience. Preparing for White Tantric Yoga. There are no prerequisites for participating in White Tantric Yoga. Beginners will tune into their internal energies and enjoy a deep and sometimes challenging meditative experience. More advanced meditations will deepen their experience and make new inroads in their spiritual awareness. Wear loose, comfortable white clothing. White combines all colors and enhances the magnetic field and auric strength. Bring a white cotton head covering, oh, covering, which will stay securely on your head during the exercises. Wear shoes that slip on and off easily. White Tantric Yoga is practiced with the feet uncovered. Bring a blanket or sheepskin to sit on and light blanket to cover yourself with during relaxation periods. Okay. Because this is a cleansing process, you will be asked to drink water. White, not red or black. White Tantric Yoga should not be confused with black or red Tantric. These forms of yoga also transform energy, but in a different way and for different purposes. Black Tantric directs the energy to manipulate another human being, and red Tantric directs the energy solely for sexual purposes, which people often think of as Tantra, actually, that last thing. In 1971, Yogi Bhajan offered the first White Tantric Yoga course in Los Angeles. Until 1986, he traveled throughout the world, presenting as many as 30 White Tantric Yoga courses each year to thousands of students. In 1987, using his unique abilities as a master together with modern technology, he began to present White Tantric Yoga as a videotaped series. The beauty of White Tantric Yoga is that it is subtle, it is exalting, and it works to give you the mastery of life, Yogi Bhajan says. Okay. Yogi Bhajan on the Mahantantric and the subtle body. Summer solstice 1988. The subtle body of the Mahantantric lives as an everlasting factual fact. I just question mark now. Why is it so? Is it a privilege to tune? It is a privilege to tune into. It is surprising to me that people do not understand the simple formula of how the subtle body works. The subtle body gives the opportunity to understand and master the subtlety of life. It can help you to understand what is going on around you. Basically, you have to understand that electricity is created by rotation and cross rotation of the electromagnetic field. And this field works from one place to another. It means there is no distance. That's the principle behind wireless telephones. That is why within my lifetime I am trying to educate you because there can only be one Mahantantric, and God knows on whom this crown shall be bestowed, or whatever it will be or not. To protect you, to save you, and make you understand, I am using a very attained power of mine as Mahantantric and master of Kundalini Yoga. I am mixing both because ordinarily, Kundalini Yoga could not be taught openly and freely to all people all the time. A person had to qualify, initiate himself, come out to perfection, and then come to meet the master. If the master qualified him, then he gave him the Kriya or sadhana to practice. But I openly taught it and survived, so I feel God is very kind and merciful to me, and He wants the mission to be complete. Why Tantric Yoga video courses? Understand the nature of the subtle body gave us the thought about the nature of the tantric energy. We cannot stop the tantric energy. We want to enrich ourselves, we want to grow, and we want to progress. That's why we started using the wireless telephone method through the video courses. Whenever you will come to these courses through the television, you'll go through the energy, but your subtle body will tune in with my subtle body. So, death for that purpose will never ever mean a thing. But those who will believe that I am dead, I shall be dead for them. And those who shall believe that I live, I shall live 100 times more powerfully, stronger in them than they have ever experienced. With these words, I will like to tell you that we have an everlasting, loving, beautiful relationship here, hereafter, unto infinity, and even beyond that. Believe me, even if you can't believe it, it is true. Yeah, of course. I mean, more than only him, but yeah, to me, he is, of course, like, yeah, since he showed us him. And Guru Ram Das is the other name, yeah. Guru Ram Das. I thought, was it Nanak? No, no, no. Yogi Bhajan and Guru Ram Das was the two. They were like sitting kind of beside each other. I think Ram Das was slightly behind Yogi Bhajan, but yeah, they came together. They showed themselves together. So yeah. Mhm. Celestial communication. Celestial communication is mudra in motion, a tool for mental relaxation. It is meditation with mantra and movement of the arms and upper body. The meaning of the mantra is expressed through movement. The mantra will move the spirit, and at the same time, the head and feelings will be heard. Yogi Bhajan describes its impact. Everything comes from stress. If you want to get rid of this inner grown stress, here is one solution. There is no power more than the power of the word. And when the word is formed through the body, the entire being is purified, relaxed. Celestial communication is a sadhana in which you communicate with the infinite God through your body, mind, and soul. You interlock all three. The shabd is there, sound current is there, rhythm is there, projection is there, the mind is there, and the body is there. It is very subtle and effective. This system is given to mankind to excel. It will work wonders with people of all religions and from all places. It is a methodology which will give you a tremendous amount of relief in your inner being. Creativity, when combined with physical, psychological concentration in meditation, balances the human energy and gives strength to the radiant body. This brings prosperity and success. Celestial communication is our gift to the world. It relaxes the tense parts of the brain through the nerve connections of the tips of the fingers, activating the meridians. The fingers move with the prana to communicate, and this cantaloupe becomes a human brain. The tension of the neural pattern is relieved into relaxed pattern of its own originality. It is a fantastic release. The brain comes out of its fatigue, and when you and men can do it. It is not only for ladies. It says, okay. In the last day of the journey of my life, all the knowledge which have been carried from the great masters, I would like to leave on record to share with you. That is the best present I can give you. You will have something to pass on to those who follow you, and from then onward, the generations shall benefit from it. But you have to practice it, experience it, understand it, share it, and enjoy it. These songs and music are like time capsules for the coming generations to follow, sing, and enjoy. Celestial communication videotapes are available through Ancient Healing Ways. Right. Oh, and it was 1 hour, 1 minute, and 11 seconds, right, when I checked. Wow. So there are a few more things to be said, though. 2 pages. Okay. Satnam Rayasan. Deep relaxation in the true identity. Rayasan, maybe say. Satnam Rayasan means deep relaxation in the true identity. It is an ancient healing art. The purpose of Satnam Rayasan is to serve humanity. Satnam Rayasan works on a subtle level through the projective meditative mind. Oh. Satnam Rayasan allows the healer to access and balance the 5 elements: air, earth, ether, fire, and water, and the pranic body. Satnam Rayasan is part of the Golden Chain, the experience and mastery of the sacred space. The meditative projective mind was passed on by Yogi Bhajan to Guru Dev Singh Khalsa, who has developed the school of Satnam Rayasan to codify and establish a modality for teaching this sacred healing art. You can find classes and practitioners of Satnam Rayasan in many cities worldwide, many with ties to Kundalini Yoga communities. Even if you do not plan to become a healer, Satnam Rayasan is a great tool to add to your Kundalini Yoga teaching skills. The Satnam Rayasan course taught by Guru Dev Singh Khalsa typically includes Kundalini Yoga and meditation and awareness increasing meditation practices. I wonder if this is something that. What is his name now? There is a. I'll see if I can come up with that soon. Right. Anyway, I will just keep continuing. No, because he does it this way, I feel. Anyway, the exercises done by healer and client help participants experience directly their own capacity to open, stabilize, and become aware of the sensitive space and ultimate the sacred space. Satnam Rayasan will enhance your awareness of your subtle body and expand the capacity of your meditative mind. This develops your ability to hold the space when you teach Kundalini Yoga classes and open your compassionate awareness so you can be sensitized and present to each student in your class. Guru Dev Singh has said that if you are able to become nothing and reach the state Yogi Bhajan calls Shunya, God Himself will grab you and you will become His servant. As a Satnam Rayasan healer practitioner, you will learn the nature of surrender, and then the sacred space starts to serve you. The mind of the Satnam Rayasan practitioner can become transcendent, and in the vastness of this consciousness, healing can occur. This state is a pure meditative absorption between the practitioner and client in the divine. Gurudev Singh, in the age of Pisces, humans approached God making an effort to cleanse and purify themselves in every day. Now, in the age of Aquarius, it is God who approaches humankind, and we need only be aware of it and allow it to happen. Spiritual practices are no longer as rigid or difficult as before. They are, however, more subtle. In this age, it is not a question of trying to know, but rather of recognizing that knowledge is already within us. Wow, beautiful. Oh, wait. Oh, someone is here. Sorry that I just go on and on talk if you want. I will just check what his name is. Maybe I can put a link also. He is called I don't remember now. Kundalini Yoga. Hmm. He's awesome, actually. I think he must be like this kind. I mean, he is practicing now and doing quite awesome things. I think he would come up pretty. Here he is, yeah. Jaidev Singh. I will. I will just. I will just put his page here in the comment. He like teaches in a different way. He just does not only um, do the thing here. I will post that in the chat here. But anyways, Jaidev Singh is his name. You can Google him anyways. Kundalini and yeah, yoga and that. So it to me it sounds like this is what he does somewhat, or maybe he doesn't. His own combination. Venus Kriyas. Venus Kriyas are Kundalini yoga exercises done with a partner, usually a partner of the opposite sex. Although Venus Kriyas are less intense than Tantric yoga, they fall into the category of more advanced Kundalini yoga practices because they intensify the experience of the exercise through the polarities of the male female interaction. Therefore, it is important to adhere closely to the following guidelines when teaching Venus Kriyas. Always tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo before practicing Venus Kriyas. Do not line the student up in lines as in Tantric Yoga. Two people can sit together anywhere. If you line up, then the energy is shared diagonally. That is not the intention of Venus Kriyas. The energy is only intended to be shared between partners. Oh. Venus Kriyas should never be done to sensually or sexually seduce one's partner. Explain to the student the importance of approaching these exercises with neutrality and purity. If done with the wrong intention, they lose their effectiveness, and in fact, it can be more damaging than helpful. Limit exercises to 3 minutes unless specifically taught otherwise by Yogi Bhajan. Yogi Bhajan has said that doing these kriyas correctly for 3 minutes and no more than 3 minutes is very lucky. Do not teach Venus Kriyas in beginners classes or a class with even 1 or 2 beginner students. Reserve Venus Kriyas only for those with Kundalini Yoga experience. Use your judgment to assess when your students have the discipline to practice Venus Kriyas without sexual connotation. Do not create an entire class using Venus Kriyas. Just use 1 or 2 along with Kundalini Yoga Kriya. Venus Kriyas are not to be done by pregnant women. See meditations with mantra chapter, for example, of Venus Kriyas. Okay, sounds a little bit like the witches stuff, although we embrace or honor the sexual part as well. And Tratakum, gazing meditation. All of this is also practiced in other spiritual and even occult practice. Some of it, I mean, in a different way, maybe. But this form of meditation, which involves gazing, is a powerful technique to focus pranic energy and increase the ability to concentrate. The pranic energy gives life to the atom, all matter, and the mind. The general technique of gazing is called Tratakum. Yeah. The stories around gazing are many, and the simple truths are well obscured. The eyes do not act simply like a camera. Instead, they constantly scan and interpret the sense data. Patterns, for instance, mandalas, stabilize the eye movements. Where there is such organization, the eyes stay in motion to establish order. They do not interact passively with the world of the senses. Also, the eyes reflect the internal world of your body and tensions. And an iridologist can analyze your health and past record of diseases by looking at the structure and coloring of the iris. A spiritual man can tell how open and accomplished you are by the pranic glow from your eyes. Yeah, in Ayurveda also we weren't taught about diagnosing the iris, but somewhat we see certain patterns also in various ways. As the different facets of an object of concentration present themselves to you, just a little bit more. You actually experience different facets of your own self. Of course, yeah, yeah. The other object is nothing but a gateway to the many facets of your self experience. In a real sense, you become what you meditate on. In White Tantric Yoga, the eye into eye contact by partners is essential to completing the energy flow, but the practice is so powerful it cannot be practiced without the presence of the Mahantantric, who separates the energies of the individuals. Otherwise, there is a chance in Tantric Tratakam that the mental merger is so complete that the individual identity may be confused. Actually, I have a very close contact. Now it was 1:11:11 actually even contact with someone I practiced this with in Ayurveda in that path, and also connected now to yoga. But yeah, interesting. Tratakam is a powerful technique to focus pranic energy and increase the ability for concentration. Guru yoga. Okay. Oh, maybe we didn't do this, but somewhat like it, yeah. Or maybe it was, I'm not sure. Guru yoga. In the yogic scriptures, it says, even a glance from the eyes of a holy man can cure mental and physical imbalances. If you identify a new quality in an object of meditation, you have contracted and brought out that quality in yourself. For these reasons, pictures of saints and objects of inspiration have always been subjects of meditation. If you pick a saintly person and meditate to experience his qualities of humility, service, and healing, you can learn to express these qualities in yourself. But there is a level beyond this. Not all pictures have the same effect, even if the pictures are of the same person. One picture may show happiness, another sadness, and another contemplation. Meditation on each will provoke those qualities. It is extremely rare for any master to give a photo that shows neutrality and a direct stare from his eyes. This is the only type of picture suitable for Tratakum. Okay. 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 Well, Yogi Bhajan, people will enjoy beaming who have meditated on that picture of mine. Not all pictures do something. However weird that particular picture is, sometimes you don't like it. That's the only picture that works. Oh, this picture that is here, right? But I've seen him for real though, in my in spirit, but also his eyes very much. Yeah. Let's see. All other pictures can do nothing. That's the only one. What should I do? Some people complain about, to me, Yogiji, your other pictures are more beautiful, but I say I can't help it. Sometimes non-beautiful things are required too. Sorry. Good for us. In such a photo, it is impossible to get stuck on the level of personality. In fact, since it is neutral, the photo will be both impersonal and personal. It will reflect you better than a mirror. In a mirror, you can fool yourself and with your own face. In the Guru Yoga photo, you cannot. In such a photo, there must also be a light in the eyes of the teacher. A photo with a direct stare of neutrality can heal and give you the instant ability to contact your own higher guidance. We are fortunate to have such a picture of the Mahan Tantric. It is If it is meditated on properly and seriously, the karmas can be erased and the individual destiny explained. No, not explained. Expanded, it says. The karmas can be erased and the individual destiny expanded. Teachers are connected by the golden chain unto infinity. Guru Yoga allows you to ascend the golden chain. It is an action done with humility. Nothing else has the value of this meditation. It is a must for any student or teacher of Kundalini Yoga, as taught by Yogi Bhajan, to have an experience of this. The practice is called mental training. No. I should stop reading now. It's called mental beaming. It gives the mind the ability to project to infinity through the creative power of the imagination. For instruction on how to do the Tratak meditation, a full-size copy of the Yogi Bhajan Tantric picture, as well as other Tratak meditation. See Meditation Without Mantra, chapter, blah, blah, blah. A glossy 1 to 5 photo can be purchased from Ancient Healing Ways. Let's see, resources. Anyway, I think this was the end of this. Yeah, it was. And then we come to the sadhana. All right. Maybe I should put a link to this also for you who don't see it, what I have in a book. Yeah, I will see. I think you've seen it. If you know Yogi Bhajan, you know this picture. I think it'll come up if I. It should. Here it is. No, it's not that one. I can maybe Tratako. I write that and maybe that picture comes up. It was like younger here. Yeah, here this picture is. Or maybe you can just Google that yourself, and that's the first that comes up. But I will post it also as here. I don't know about this shop, whatever it is, but here is the image of that then. Rama shop. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Okay, I feel like if I say these things here, I should probably give you a chance to know what it is, since you don't maybe have the book. Oh yeah, that's that. I think they sometimes had this image in classes and so on. Now I see the reason for that. When I saw him though, he looks a little bit almost angry in this image, or if I project that, or like I don't know. What I saw when I saw, now that I will just end this then. When I saw him and Guru Ram Das, they both had that. It was like looking into vast space. It was like they it was not no one there, if you say, but still a consciousness. It was only consciousness, not the person, if I could say. And it was strange to me. I've never seen that before, so I didn't know how to interpret it. I thought it was like an uninterest or dismissiveness of my my yoga practice almost, since they were like not giving me like confirmation or anything like positive feedback, or it was almost just it was like beingness only, but presence. They looked at me. I saw. I mean, it was not like no one was there. It was like it was a presence, but a different quality, like, let's say. And it was a little bit scary almost because of that depth, if you say, or that vastness, and the fact that it was very passive, you could say, or they didn't, like, as I perceived it, they didn't communicate anything to me aside from their presence. I mean, their presence. And that's like very enlightened, I guess. But it was not like the picture here. I can't even. It was different though. I don't see that in this picture. But maybe I would if I meditated on it. But it was super cool. And also that Ram Dass had the same, Guru Ram Dass had exactly the same gaze. Yeah. They didn't look the same, but I kind of knew who he was. I hadn't seen him before, but I kind of knew. I just knew telepathically or something that was Ram Dass. Yeah. Afterwards, I realized that was a message in itself, but I was used to more active stuff like than that. So it was like, yeah, intense. It was very, very intense. Yeah. Cool. So now I got a little bit further, and I have also started doing some kriyas in the morning. Wow, yay me. I have done much meditations and all other things that I enjoy, but the physical part of it, yeah, it's very needed also. So it feels good that I do. I hope anyone gets something out of this. If you have questions, maybe someone else is better to ask, but also you can just comment anything you want or so. Yeah. I think that was that for now. And when it comes to images, I have so much fun with some AI images of everything now. It's like going through lifetimes or experience things, even though it's like being an actress or something on photos. I just love it, and also engaged other into it as well. Wow, but I go overboard with the stuff. But yeah, I kind of wonder now when I read this what you pick up from that. But I think it is. Um, I mean, as I did before, I used images, not so many photos of me and so on. But I thought every time that this is me. This is an image of me. Everything is, the oneness and all that. But so now I think it's so fun when these. Uh, as I said, I go overboard with them, but still, it doesn't matter. Everything we see is us, and I knew that many years ago, when people wondered probably why does she not put up any images of herself. Like, some may be that because I don't think I look good on them, but still. Okay, take care now. I will end and talk to you another day. Bye bye.